Not everyone can spend every single penny that they own on Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Let's face it, at this point in time, you might have to get a second mortgage to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I mean, that might not be the truth, but at least it feels like that. In this video, a highly requested video, I'm going to be giving you guys the top 5 budget staples and hand traps for the July 2020 format. So of course, if you guys want to see more videos like this, then make sure you destroy that subscribe button. But also, be sure to hit that notification bell as well. We just too strong. Also, of course, like we do with any other news series, if you guys want to continue to see more videos like this, possibly even continue on with the top budget decks of this format, go ahead and destroy that like button and let us know down below in the comment section, what budget do you want to see next? Is it a budget collection? Is it like budget cards? Is it, I don't understand. I just make the videos. So without further ado, let's jump on in and talk about these budget cards. Okay, so one of the most popular cards in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game is Infinite Impermanence. Infinite Impermanence is an amazing card because it has some pretty good effects. The first effect is that it allows you to activate it from the hand, negating a monster effect on the field. The second effect is if it is face down, you can activate it and then be able to negate a monster effect on the field, but it also allows you to negate a card in the same column, or any spell or trap cards activated in the same column. Now, Infinite Impermanence has been around for a few years, but there's a card that is on this budget list that is just a little cheaper or more expensive depending on how you look at it. I know I said expensive, but don't worry, you can just buy the cheap version of it. Effect Baler is a phenomenal card still in this format. Going on strong for almost 10 years, Effect Baler allows you to do close things to what Infinite Impermanence does. Now, Effect Baler can only be activated during the opponent's main phase, but Effect Baler is allowed to be able to be activated whether you have cards on your field or not. Effect Baler is also a tuner monster, so whether you play Crystron Hoplofibrix or just regular Synchro monsters, Effect Baler does have utility in that aspect. For what I am seeing, the lowest price on an Effect Baler is about $1.65 USD. I think that that's pretty budget when it comes to really good cards, especially when you compare it to cards like Infinite Impermanence, which cost almost 30 times as much as Effect Baler, ranging anywhere between $30 to $70. So please, ladies and gentlemen, don't just break the bank jumping into the Yu-Gi-Oh card game. Trying out cards like Effect Baler instead of Infinite Impermanence before you decide to make that competitive leap may do wonders. Now my boy JB was trying to get in the Yu-Gi-Oh card game and he asked me what was the best hand trap available. He still thought Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring was at $70 a pop. Boy, he was very delighted to figure out that Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, I think it's like cheaper than $10 right now. So it definitely can be considered a budget option. Now, while Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring is a phenomenal card, and if you guys can afford it, it's about $30 for a playset, I'm actually gonna move on to the best hand trap and give you a budget alternative. What is considered the best hand trap in Yu-Gi-Oh right now is Nibiru with Primal Bane. Anytime a player summons over 5 monsters, they have to fear this card because it can tribute all monsters on the field and then give your opponent a healthy token. The token really does not matter for the sole reason that you're gonna put it in defense and then you're gonna destroy it later. Now, when Nibirus first came out, they were about the $7 to $10 range, but to find out that Nibiru was a whopping $16 each, that was way too strong for our sauce. Especially considering that just a playset of Nibiru is going to run you about $48. I mean, I build decks in under $100. I wouldn't even fathom putting Nibiru inside of that card. Now, there's no real alternative to tributing all of your opponent's monsters, but I can get rid of 3. Winged Dragon of Raw Sphere Mode is a card that was once as good or as impactful as Nibiru was, and in theory, it still is. This healthy round boy allows you to tribute 3 of your opponent's monsters to summon it to their side of the field. Yes, you're giving your opponent a card that can't be attacked or targeted, but you're tributing 3 of their monsters. And on top of that, Spirit Void comes to your side of the field during the next turn. Now on the flip side, Nibiru does give your opponent a really powerful token. Winged Dragon Aura Sphere Mode has no attack, no defense, and if you play Winged Dragon Aura inside of your main board, you can get a 4,000 attack Ra to your side of the field. I'm not telling you to be risky, I'm just telling you to be risque. Winged Dragon Aura Sphere Mode currently sits at a whopping price of only $4. That means you can buy 3 Sphere Modes for the price of 1 Nibiru. I would strongly consider this Winged Dragon Aura Sphere Mode. Yes, it does require your normal summon, but I mean, you really can't beat the price exchange between those 2 cards. And plus, everything's special summons nowadays, so who really cares about your normal summon? Now, we have all come across that one player that just seems to have every single card in the universe. I mean, seriously, did he really mortgage his house to be able to play Yu-Gi-Oh? Because he has every expensive card. One would probably be wondering what is a budget alternative to be able to stop the opponent's monster effects. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen, TheCaliEffect always has your back. There's a card called Psy-Frame Gear Gamma that allows you to negate any monster effect on the field so long as you don't control any monsters. Now I know that part of the effect may seem a little bad, but there's a way to circumvent that. Trust me, normally in Yu-Gi-Oh, we can always ignore the bad parts of a card. I mean, that's how the game works. The current good thing about Psy-Frame Gear Gamma is that not only does it negate the activation of an effect monster, it special summons itself to the side of the field, and then it rewards you with another monster. Psy-Frame Gear Gamma is a level 2 tuner monster, and the monster that you special summon is a level 6 monster, so you can proceed to synchro summon into 8. Or you can link summon into Hakla Fibrix. Yeah, that's how Yu-Gi-Oh is right now. You just, instead of synchroing, you got a tuner, just do the link thing. Now, your really rich adversary may have Psy-Frame Gear Gammas, and he may have told you that they sit at a whopping price of $134 each. But here's where you laugh at him, because the 64-cent one not only does the exact same thing, it came in the exact same set. So yeah, while he spent all that money on that, you got the 64-cent version, and while it might not look as pretty, it does the pretty thing. Now, the cool thing about this is that I do have a series where I tell you guys about cards you should buy before they skyrocket in price, and this card is on that list. It is a really good card with a limited printing. And soon enough, this card won't be 64 cents anymore. But right now, you've currently hit that sweet spot where no one cares about the card because it's in abundance. Also, to circumvent the effect of Psy-Frame Gear Gamma, there's Psy-Frame Lord Lambda, a card that only requires 2 materials and allows you to use the effect of your Psy-Frame monsters while you control monsters on your side of the field. So we've already got the ability to stop your opponent's monster effects. We checked that off. Now we have a card that allows you to use Psy-Frame monsters even while you control monsters, and is only $7 itself. This is another card you should buy before it skyrockets in price, but I ain't gonna tell you what to do with your money. Now in today's Yu-Gi-Oh card game, of course effect negation is king. We've already talked about cards like Effect Baler and Psy-Frame Gear Gamma, but now we need cards to be able to negate on our turn. Infinite Impermanence is a perfect card that allows us to negate cards on our turn, provided we have no cards on the field. The only problem with Infinite Impermanence is not only does it have an exorbitant price tag that we talked about earlier, you have to control no cards. In comes a solution that allows you to negate monster effects, is heavily underrated, and still fits your budget. Forbidden Chalice is one of the most versatile Yu-Gi-Oh cards in the entire card game. Not only can it be activated in any step, yes, even the damage step, because it does involve attack modification, it also negates the card's effect. Now, the reason why Forbidden Chalice is as versatile as it comes is not only because of its negation. Sometimes your monsters are just a tiny bit weaker than your opponent's. In a spot situation, use Forbidden Chalice on your own monster to be able to get over your opponent's threat. And that's what makes Forbidden Chalice so powerful. Use it to negate your opponent's monster effects. Use it to negate your own monster effects that can prevent you from playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Also, give monsters attack when need to be, and Forbidden Chalice is one of the most powerful cards in the game. Now, one of the cooler things about Forbidden Chalice is that it's as low as 22 cents a copy. Now, you can swag out and get ultimate rares for about 50 bucks each, but if you could, you probably weren't watching this video for anything other than just really cool cards, now were you? Well, that's all that I have for the top 5 budget staples and hand traps in Yu-Gi-Oh! I want you guys to post down below in the comment section what are some other great, amazing budget staples or hand traps. Also, if you guys want a different type of budget video, be sure to post down a request below. And also, be sure to hit on one of those videos. I mean, come on now, this ain't gonna do itself. Anyways, I hope you guys are staying safe in this time of need, and I'll catch you on the next video.